Imagine yourself in a diverse country with incredible big cities, Gothic cathedrals, festivals, and dramatic bullfights. Now, imagine yourself surrounded by tens of thousands of people who are living their life crying with joy. And this is something you will certainly encounter if you had the chance to visit, to spend a night in Spain. And I've personally never ever traveled to any European country before, but if I had the chance, I would undoubtedly go to Spain, owing to its beautiful, stunning cities, sports, and bullfights. And today, I'm going to be sharing some of Spain's cultural aspects. First, I'm going to be sharing some of its background information. Then I'll tell you about its culture, unique communication behavior. And lastly, I'll tell you about the current event. Spain is known for its arts and dances. According to the 2021 Cultural Grams Online World Edition, entry of Spain is section of the arts. The report states that the musical instruments like the guitar, castanets, and the tambourines, and also each region's own folks and dances were what made Spain famous. The flamenco dance, which originally is from Spain, was actually the currently most famous dance. The story of the Don Juan is one of the many folk tales and legends that still exist in Spain. Also, the story has been told in numerous poems, movies, and musics for 100 years. In terms of religion, Spain has no religion, but is predominantly a Roman Catholic nation. The Spaniards celebrate important festivals during the Holy Week, and the younger members of the Spain Catholic Church are the one that are traditionally less devoted than the older members. Many Spaniards enjoy visiting, and they often do for several hours at a time. In some areas, socializing occurs solely outside of home. Best places that you could visit in Spain include Barcelona, Madrid, and Sevilla. Tourists and guests are expected to stay for at least 1 to 2 hours, for at least. And when they're invited to a dinner, they usually bring cakes or a bottle of wine or flowers. Now that I've given you about Spain's background information, I'm going to tell you about its unique communication behavior. Spain is one of the countries with the highest bar distance. According to the Gerd Hofstede and Michael Minkoff's research on the page What About Spain, last updated in 2010, Spain scored higher par distance than the United States. So this implies that the Spaniards have hierarchical society, and they follow a hierarchical order. And that the subordinates of Spain are expected to be told what to do with no any further justifications. Spain is collectivist in contrast to the rest of the European world. In comparison to the other parts of the world, however, it is seen as distinctively individualist. So this has made it much more easier for the people that relate to certain cultures, mostly for the non-European ones, whereas the other cultures as well, they're seen as violent and blunt culture. The teamwork, on the other hand, is perceived completely natural. Also, the workers, they tend to work in a manner with no strong management and motivation. Also, in Spain, when you're meeting new people, you guys should stand close together and often teach each other's hand, and you guys gotta hug. Eye contact is also important and is often maintained for an extensive amount of time. And also, when they're saying Spaniards use exaggerated hand gestures and facial expressions. Well, pointing at someone you don't know is considered impolite. Staring for someone is often acceptable. Also, now that I've told you about Spain background information and unique communication behavior, I'm going to talk to you about its current events. According to the article, head of junior party in the Spain coalition government stands down by the Canadian press on March 15, 2021. The leader of Spain coalition, the government junior party, announced that he will be leaving on Monday. Iglesias said that he informed Socialist Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez of his decision to turn for the Madrid regional government in May. And also, him and Sanchez, the central left socialists, overcome their political differences to form Spain's first coalition government, and with them for decades. Now that I've told you about Spain, I'm gonna be concluding my key points. First, I told you about Spain's background information and the unique communication behavior, and lastly, I told you about its current event. So, if you ever have the opportunity to visit Spain, just go visit it and take advantage of it. Thank you so much.